In this section, we're going to start talking about the travis.yaml file that we're going to put together to build all of our different images and then eventually deploy our application to our Kubernetes cluster. Now, unfortunately, all the travis.yaml files we put together before were all kind of preparation for the one that we're going to put together now, because by a large margin, this is going to be the most complicated travis.yaml file that we're going to put together. A lot of stuff is going to be going on inside of here, a lot of different configuration. So I've got a little flow diagram to give us an idea of what we're going to be doing inside of our config file to eventually deploy our application. So everything is going to start inside of our config file by installing a Google Cloud SDK. Remember, the entire purpose of Travis, as we are using it, is to not only test our code, but then to also deploy our application after our test runs successfully. And so we need to make sure that Travis has the ability to somehow reach out to our Kubernetes cluster and make changes to it, or essentially run a series of configuration files and apply them to our cluster. So to do so, we're going to install a Google Cloud SDK. This is a CLI that is going to allow us to essentially remotely interact with and configure our Kubernetes cluster, most notably by applying different config files. Now, unfortunately, this SDK does not come kind of pre-configured with Travis. In other words, we have to actually download and install the SDK every time that we run our Travis build. So after we install this thing, after we download and install it, we then have to configure the SDK with some information from our Google Cloud account. Essentially, we're going to authorize this CLI